Happiness through curiosity on the Ranveer Show. I want to talk about epigenetics a little bit. A friend of mine, very dear friend, Akshat Rajan, he's told me about epigenetics for the first time. And he basically said, I mean, I don't remember the exact science behind it, but it's something like how your life experiences can alter gene expression. Another way of understanding that is something as simple as cuddling, which releases your oxytocin, can have an impact on your immunity, can have an impact on your overall levels of resting cortisol, which means you'll just take lesser stress in life.
Yeah.
Load kam loge, as they call it. Which is why this angle of, hey, I really want a relationship, or the best version of me comes out in a relationship. This is the science behind it. That stability is actually altering your genes. So maybe the question I want to pose to you, and this is very relevant to today's conversation as well, is what is epigenetics? Because this is a field that's just starting to be understood by the world of healthcare. I don't even think we've truly dive deep into the subject from a science perspective, but please take over.
Great. So your friend Akshat is absolutely right in what he said. Where we failed as a country, okay, and not just our country, most countries fail with this arrogance of thinking that just because we don't know something, it's not important. And because of that attitude, we don't learn how much there is in this world. Like we were talking about astrology before this, and you asked me what my opinion on astrology is. I said, I don't understand it. I've not delved into it, so I'm no one to judge it. But I've heard great stuff about it. Now, I've been a student of Dr. Bruce Lipton, okay, who is literally the father of epigenetics when it comes to the subconscious mind. And his first book, The Biology of Belief, I remember writing to him when I was probably 18 or 19. I believed in what he said because it just tied in with all the statistics of medical disease and everything else. I definitely recommend for people to read The Biology of Belief, where he clearly talks about how right now you and I can upregulate or downregulate a gene, even with a thought. See, a thought, when you feel, if I make you angry right now, Ranveer, okay, it started off because you heard me say something, or maybe I'm showing you a gesture, like I show you a middle finger, which for you is anger, whatever. Thought, perceived. What changes first? Your blood chemistry. Your blood chemistry influences every gene in your body. So that's why they say when you're too acidic, there are problems. You're too alkaline, there are problems. Your blood chemistry is changed. So the way you digest food, the way you extract protein, amino acids out of protein and get it into your muscles is all controlled with your blood chemistry. So now, epigenetics is nothing but, and this is the biggest problem which we had in our country. Oh, your father had type 2 diabetes, you're going to have it. Your father had a cardiovascular disease, you're going to have it. It's absolutely untrue. You got to be more careful. You can have it, the gene exists, but you don't have to have it. Because now, if I change my lifestyle, which is the way I eat, the way I move, the way I sleep, and the way I think, that is one part of epigenetics, control of the internal environment. Epi means environment, genetics. So the environment is over the genes. It can influence the same way rain can influence a crop. It's on top, the crop is below. Now I have my internal environment, which is dependent on what I eat, how I move, my sleep, and my thinking. My external environment can also upregulate and downregulate a gene. Am I in a toxic relationship? Am I in a toxic workplace? Is there pollution? Too much of pollution is upregulating and downregulating genes. Now, the external environment talks to my internal environment. Most people who have gut problems today don't need more probiotics. They just really, really have to work on their environments, outside and inside of them. Because right now, let's say we both go to Greece. Okay? The food that we eat is not going to be what our microbes change the moment we breathe in air of Greece. So that's why you try to eat local where you go, because your gut microbes will start to change according to the air that you're breathing. So now epigenetics, a night of sleep, a sleep deprivation, 2-3 nights, is scientifically proven it can express the worst gene in you. And a great night of sleep can also turn off a gene that was about to express into a negative form. So epigenetics is nothing but the control of environment influencing our genes. And that's why we know today that whenever you go, you do a gene test, there's no medicine to change your gene. It's only information telling you that, hey, what does your doctor tell you? Hey, change your lifestyle. Because it's only your lifestyle that can. When it comes to genetic drugs, there are very, very few drugs that can actually help genes. But genetic testing tells us you have a BRCA1, you have a BRCA2, you have this particular gene. But now, what do you do about it? The only thing that is in your control is your lifestyle. So sleep deprivation messes up your genes in a huge way. It gives you a platform to express the worst in you. So like a simple teenager, oh, look, I have acne, I have all of this, give me creams, give me all of that. Yeah, but what's causing it? I know I'm sleep deprived. When I sleep well, my skin glows. So you see, this is what epigenetics is. So our beliefs, Ranveer, and that's why I want people to read this book, The Biology. What you believe. I have patients today who I know, I'm not going to take credit for their healing. They've healed because they've changed their belief. They've changed their belief. Simple. Yeah.
The final question in today's podcast is about the actionables related to epigenetics. So you spoke about sleep and all the guidelines when it comes to sleep, and there's countless videos on YouTube about how to sleep, right? It's just about people following this.
Yes, action.
Yeah. My three, there's countless sleep guidelines, but the three most key ones for me are: don't use your phone before bed, ideally.
Absolutely.
Take a 2-hour break. Second,
or use blue blockers, because I don't want people to feel this pressure. Some people need to work looking at their phones before bed, different time zones. Use blue blockers. Blue blockers cut off the blue light. It will still help you sleep deeply rather than just in case you can't do it. But wear blue blockers. So that could, be a solution.
A cold and dark room.
Yes.
And the third one I'd probably say is either stretching or meditation before bed if you're struggling to go to sleep. So this is one set of actionables.
Yeah.
Would you say that the second actionable is thought process?
Absolutely. Because see, to sleep, I need to be in the parasympathetic nervous system. I can't sleep if I'm in sympathetic.
About epigenetics.
Yeah. Oh, about epigenetics. Yeah. So now when we go to sleep, it's not about how many hours I sleep. It's about deep sleep. I need to go through my REMs and my non-REMs, not the quantity. Some people sleep 8 hours and are still tired, because it's in these REMs and non-REMs that everything affecting my gene expression happens, all the magic. So yes, deep sleep will impact the way your genes express.
What I've gained from this conversation is the impact that positive self-talk creates. So a bit of positive self-talk, which for a lot of people happens only after they go for therapy.
Yeah.
That's what therapy is about. I've realized over time.
But not toxic positivity. Like, I'm feeling sad right now, but I feel amazing. No. Feel the sadness. Don't become a victim to it. I should embrace my sadness, but also say, I feel sad, but hey, I found this that can make me happy. I try to change the thought. I don't try to become toxic positive. I'm having an issue. I'm grieving. Someone's just died in my family, but it's okay. It's life and death. It's spiritual. You try to hide no, that's toxic positivity. Feel. We're meant to feel emotions, not repress and suppress them. And then the sooner I can change from a negative to a positive thought, that's the magic. Okay, she said this, he did this, whatever, but it's all right, man. Let me move on. Let me find something how soon we can move from negative to positive. That's it.
And would you say that the final angle here is about social connections?
Absolutely.
That's it, right?
Uplifting social connections, not the fitting in type that I need to smoke for this group of friends to accept me. I need to be mean because this group is famous because everyone's mean. Not that. That'll actually make you age way faster. Real, few powerful, which you can even count on your fingers, where you know that when you think of this person, I feel so good. I can pick up the phone, uplifting social connection. That is longevity, and that is epigenetics as well.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from The Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.